Brian Smoller along with Jason Mansfield as we talk all things K-State volleyball. Glad you could join us, Wildcat fans that are out there. And great to see some of you at Morgan Family Arena for K-State's spring volleyball home match that they had the other night. Looking forward to seeing them packed out at Morgan Family Arena for the fall. Jason, as we get kind of rolling here, and again, just kind of off-the-cuff conversation here, spring volleyball, for those that don't understand, I know these matches don't count for your overall record, but what is the purpose of the spring practice, and how do these matches help you in your preparation for the season?
Yeah, I think the purpose is that you're playing somebody else. You know, you practice for a couple months, and it's just exciting to maybe put on your jersey and play a different style of volleyball, which I think is really good. So, yeah, we have 4 kind of days that we can use, and you can use them however you want. We chose to have 3 kind of matches against 3 different teams, and then we just went to the UMKC tournament on Saturday and played Omaha, Tulsa, and Creighton. And that's the first time I've done that, obviously since I've been here, but first time I've done that in a very long time. We did it a couple years at Stanford. I wasn't the biggest fan. It felt like a high school kind of jamboree, you know, where there's a lot of people there and you're trying to, you know, play a bunch of different teams in a certain amount of time, and just felt really chaotic, and there's a bunch of refs that are getting rated, and so I don't know if I left that tournament feeling like if we got better or worse. We had some great individual performances, and we played hard, you know, and but it didn't feel like hey, we're playing one team and we're gonna play them 5 sets like we did against Wichita, like we're gonna do coming up here against Nebraska and Missouri, and just kind of get in a rhythm of this is the style of play that they play, and yeah, we're going to play a bunch of different people, a bunch of different lineups. But yeah, I think that's the point is to get some players that hadn't played a lot in the fall, like we had 3 red shirts in Reagan, Mac, and Lauren, and to get them on the court and to just try some different things, some different lineups.
Well, that makes sense. And the Jamboree thing makes sense as well. There are some spring exhibitions that you'll see, baseball, soccer, and some other sports where they'll do it, and they'll try and make it, even you'll see it in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. They do the training camp practices, co-practices, and they'll try and set up certain situational environments.
Sure.
Can you do that in volleyball, or are you just, as you said, hey, we're going to play 5, whatever happens, and we'll use that as our springboard?
I mean, I think there's nothing better than playing, you know, in our arena or in our arena and playing a single match and trying to play 4 or 5 sets, whatever. We have the roster to do it, and if the other team has the roster to do it, have some fans there, you know, put your jersey on. I just think those things are great for the girls to feel that and feel kind of the excitement and some anxiousness and some emotions that you just don't get in practice. So I love that part of it.
All right, so the fall schedule just got released for you guys. How do you go about with your schedule? Especially, so last year, right? We all thought for sure K-State, you're in the NCAA tournament. Then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So how did that impact your scheduling for this year? And how do you go about building the non-conference that you have control over and the conference you don't have control over?
Yeah, it's a tricky math problem, basically. And once you play these teams, you're their biggest fan because you want them to win as the season goes on. But I don't know. I looked at our schedule last year, and I there was definitely some matches that I knew were going to be tough, and I thought those teams were going to be good, and a bunch of them ended up being pretty good. And then some teams struggled, you know, and there's some teams that didn't figure out who they were until late and won their conference tournament, made the NCAA tournament, but they were close to 500, you know, so those teams kind of hurt our RPI. So this year I just said, hey, let's try to play teams that I think are good, coaches that I think are good, you know, that are building programs or have built programs, and I really like our non-conference, and it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of teams in there that you know, we're going to have to play well, and I like that. I mean, I think that, you know, the wanting to get wins thing is just doesn't really kind of I don't know, vibe with me. I want to play teams that are going to make us better, and we gotta go for it. And I think we have a ton of teams in our non-conference that are going to test us, and we got to play well in order to beat them, and I like that mindset.
Yeah. Going up to Omaha, playing Creighton there, you got USC in that tournament, North Carolina, of course, coming here to Manhattan, and then Oklahoma also coming here to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Figured that you would find a way to get Aaron, your brother, here. Yeah. Is that going to be a thing that perhaps, I mean, listen, you're limited in some of the region as far as teams. Is Oklahoma a team that you would like to try and play often in non-conference?
For some obvious reasons, I believe in my brother, you know, and believe that he's going to get that program going. So, yeah, I think it's great to play an SEC team, and My parents are actually on their way out here. They're moving to Manhattan, and so they're driving cross country right now to get here. So yeah, selfishly, to have my family all in one place is something that I want to try to do. But yeah, I just think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be better than they were last year. They got some great transfers, and yeah, we want to play good teams.
So in Manhattan, in Morgan Stanley Arena this fall, not only Oklahoma, not only North Carolina, the Big 12 teams that'll be rolling in. You have UCF, who's been a pretty good team. Houston was ranked most of last year. Iowa State, which was a tremendous match here that K-State was able to win a year ago. Utah is a newcomer to the league. West Virginia will be coming. Baylor, TCU, KU, of course, will be in the Little Apple, and then BYU to close it out, which is another premier program. So there's some great matches this year in Morgan Stanley Arena that fans will be I know that place will be rocking again this year.
It's going to be exciting. The schedule came out. We kind of knew we were going to play, 4 teams home and away. We were going to play 5 teams only at home, and then 5 teams only away. And so, the schedule came out, and it's going to be tough. Excuse me, but I love the teams that are coming here. It's going to be exciting. I mean, we just have, a lot of really good teams in the Big 12 that are coming here, and obviously I'd rather play those teams at home than on the road. So we're fortunate with that, but the conference is it's so wide open this year, and you talk to other coaches, and there's just so many good coaches in our conference and so many good players. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see kind of how it all shapes out.
You'll have one of the premier players with Aaliyah Carter coming back. It was a great news for everybody, of course, on the outside. Anaya Clinton as well. So you got a 1-2 punch there. Who else has played well here in the spring that either played well last year and has taken a step forward, or is a new face that will be starring for K-State?
First off, I mean, Aaliyah has been exceptional. Her motivation every day, you feel it, you see it. But, we just went to the UMKC tournament, and she almost hit 500, in basically 7 sets that she played. She was exceptional. So her game is continuing to improve, which is really exciting. Shea Myers is playing right side and left side, and doing a really good job on the right, figuring out how to score over there and be a better blocker. So I love her growth. Jordan Williams, our transfer, who's been here basically this semester, just really seen a lot of growth in her, which is exciting, to see. Brenna Schmidt continues to just dominate and get better and better, and so that's been great. And then, I mean, honestly, both setters have really, really improved. Izzy and Ava have been really good and taken their game to the next level in a variety of ways. So I love our offense. I kind of love what we're doing offensively, and but everybody's been working hard.
Well, I love to hear that, and I know the fans do as well. All right, so as you wrap up the spring, recruiting is always a 364 job, even when you're not allowed to contact recruiting. You're planning and where you're going to go.
Yeah.
What's been the response when you've gone out? I'm just curious. When you go out, you wear the Cats gear, you wear the K-State volleyball stuff. What do people associate when they see you? Oh, yeah, you guys got an unbelievable arena environment.
Yeah.
What has been the response when you run up to people?
There's been 2 kind of major things, and one has been, gosh, you guys were fun to watch last year. The arena looked great, and love the style of play, and it's been great. And so that to me has been pretty special, to hear that and to know that people were watching and they enjoyed watching us play and how hard we played. There's been lots of should have made the tournament.
We know.
And so it's great. I mean, I appreciate people saying that and people feeling like we had some good wins and all that. And so, really the reflection, as I've said before, is we got to schedule tougher in the preseason and we got to win more matches. Like those are the things that we can control. And I think we've scheduled tougher. We got some great teams in the preseason, and then we got to win. We got to get better on the court and be more consistent. But yeah, there's people that talk about our basketball team, both men and women. The women did a great job this year. The football team is great. Baseball is doing well. So there's just a lot of excitement, and there has been ever since I've stepped on campus. So it's great to know that. Our volleyball team is trying to catch up to some other programs here, but there's a lot of excitement still, and people talk about that as well.
Looking forward to seeing that team be on par with those teams you just mentioned, and taking its rightful place back at the top of the Big 12 coming up this fall. Thanks for doing this. I know we'll do another one here in a couple of weeks, as well as you guys get moving through. But for those that are listening, stay tuned. Keep following all those K-State volleyball social media channels through X and through Facebook and TikTok and all the rest as we keep to see this team. Love the women's basketball, playing basketball, the volleyball team going to play. And then
we got some hoopers on our team. I'm telling you, I'm glad that the I don't know, the staff wasn't there, and we got some players that have not only played in high school, but they can ball. I'm not going to tell them who they are, but they could be two-sport athletes for sure. They were awesome.
The one shining moment was a nice touch as well, too. You guys have a lot of fun over there in practice. I know fans getting to enjoy seeing the personality of this team. Thanks for doing this, and look forward to seeing you guys. Have great luck the rest of the way here in the spring, and then see you guys in the fall.
I appreciate it.